You need to have a cushion or a block or something to put your head on for the next one because we're going to start with an open book. So knees are bent forward, feet are lined up with your bum. Slide yourself onto your cushion with your bottom arm forward, top hand on top of your bottom hand. And then lift your top hand up and circle around, looking at your hand as you go to get a nice twist through your ribs. See if you can keep your knees together and your knees touching the floor as you circle. That will keep your pelvis still so that your ribs turn against a stable pelvis. If it feels more comfortable to let things slide, go ahead and let things slide. And then sit yourself up from there. Just to move your cushion out the way, to lie back down on with your arm out straight, both legs out straight. When you look down, you should be able to see your feet. They shouldn't be behind you. Stack your top hip on your bottom hip, and then you're going to lift your top leg, reaching for length, pointing your toes, and flexing to come down. Point and lift, and flex and lower. Try not to have the pelvis drop in and up when the leg lifts. Instead, reach long to the wall away from you as you lift. 2 more. Point and flex. And 1 more. And now heels together. Pull your low abdominals in. Squeeze your heels. Squeeze your inner thighs. Lift both legs off the mat and take that down. If this doesn't feel okay for you, continue lifting one leg or go back to a little open book stretch. Otherwise, if you're lifting both, reach for length. Doesn't matter how high you lift. And we'll do 2 more. And then you're going to have both legs up. You're going to lower the bottom leg, lower the top leg, lift the top, lift the bottom. Down, down, up, up. Keep pulling your low abdominals in, reaching long through your spine, out through the crown of your head. Up, up. 1 more. Down, down, up. Up, stay lifted, squeeze your inner heels, inner thighs grow long, and lower your legs down. Come up onto your elbow for a side plank. Your knees are bent, but your feet are behind you this time so that your knees are in line with your elbow. So check you've got that same line. And then you're going to sink down into your shoulder and then lift, trying to increase the space between your shoulder and your neck and your ear. And lengthen down and lift. Keep going with that if that's enough for you today. Otherwise, stay wide across your collarbones, lift your hips, push your hips forward, pull your ribs back, pull your face back, and lower down. Lift up, hips forward, ribs back, face back, so that you grow long through the crown of your head. And take that down. Lift, hips forward, ribs back, face back, and take that down. 2 more. Lift. 1 last one. Lift, grow really long and connected, and take that down. Come up into the Z position. If this isn't comfortable for you, come right up onto your knees. We'll just do a short little mermaid here. Nice lift through both sides of your spine, and then side bend over. Reach up as well as over to get a nice stretch on the side that was just working. Nice big breath into the open ribs. And then release from there. Land your hand down, fingers pointing away from your body. Top heel tucked in front of your bottom ankle for some side bends. Sink down into your shoulder and then lift up again, increasing the space between your shoulder and your ear. So you're lifting up to come out of your shoulder. Keep going with that if that's enough for you today. Otherwise, stay nice and wide across your collarbones. Lift your hips and side bend over and take that down. And a little lift and side bend. 4 more like that. Lift the underside to stretch the top side, nice and wide across your collarbones. 1 last one. And take that down. Come back into the Z position or up on your knees. If you're up on your knees, you're not going to be able to do the twisting part of this, so you just go side to side. Otherwise, lift, side bend over, nice lift through your spine. And then to the other side, stay there. Bend your supporting elbows so there's space between your shoulder and your ear. Put your opposite sitting bone down on the mat or close to it and keep it there. As you rotate around, you're turning your ribs to reach your hand through the gap and then rotating your ribs to lift your breastbone up and back. You're keeping your pelvis still as you twist through the rib cage. One more each way. And release from there. Grab your cushion, bring it to the other side, starting with the open book. Knees are forward, feet are lined up with your bum, your head is resting down, arms are top hand on your bottom hand. And lift up and around to look at your hand as you twist around. Getting a nice twisting feeling through the rib cage. Keeping your knees together and knees to the floor if you can. If you need to let your knees slide a little bit, that's okay too. Do one more. And release. Take the cushion out. Slide your arm out underneath you. Slide both legs out straight. When you look down, you should just be able to see your feet. Bottom waist stays slightly connected off the mat because you're keeping your hips stacked as you lift your top foot, pointing and flexing to lower. Think of opening the front of your ankle as you point, stretching the back of your calf as you flex. You're nice and long and reaching through your spine, looking straight ahead. I know many of you like to look down into yourselves, so try to look straight ahead and lengthen through your spine. Two more. And on this next one, stay lifted. No, sorry, don't. Come back down, squeeze your heels together, pull your tummy in, lift both legs off the mat, and take that down. Pull your tummy in, squeeze your heels, lift, and take that down. If this doesn't feel okay for you on this side, then you can go back to single leg lifts or an open book. If you're lifting both legs, make sure you pull your abdominals in, squeeze your heels to create the lift. On the next one, stay up, lower the bottom leg, lower the top leg, lift the top leg, lift the bottom leg. Down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up. Two more. Up, up, and down, down, up, up. Stay up, squeeze your heels, pull your abdominals in, grow long through your spine, and lower down. Come up onto your elbow for the side plank. Elbow and knees in line with each other, which means your feet will be behind you. And then you're just sinking down into your shoulder and lifting up nice and wide. And sink and lift wide. If that feels enough for you today, keep going with that. Otherwise, stay nice and wide across your collarbones and lifted. You're going to lift your hips up, push them forward, pull your ribs back, pull your face back, grow really long out through the very top of your head, and take that down. Hips up and forward, ribs back, face back, and take that down. Hips up, forward, ribs back, face back, grow long. One more. Hips up and forward, ribs back, face back, long, long, long through your spine, and take that down. Sit up from there for the mermaid in the Z position. Up on your knees if this is not okay for you. Nice lift through your spine and side bend over. Really lift up and over, don't collapse down, still be actively supporting yourself from your underside. Nice big breath into your open ribs. And then release from there. Hand lands down, fingers pointing away from you. Top heel is tucked in front of your bottom ankle, ready for some side bends. Drop down into your shoulder and then lift up wide. Drop down and then ear and neck lift away from your shoulder. Keep going with that if that's enough for you today. Otherwise, stay wide across your collarbones and lift your hips, side bend over and take that down. And lift the ribs and take that down. Your underside lifts to lift the top. 3 more. Nice and wide across your collarbones as you land down. One last one. And take that down. Once again, come into the Z position or up on your knees if this is not okay for you, but then you will only be able to do side bending side to side. So side bend over, away from the front leg. Nice lift through your spine, stretch out the side that was just working. And then come the other way. Bend your supporting elbows so your shoulders down away from your ear. Put your opposite sitting bone down towards the floor, on the floor if you can, towards the floor if you can't. Keep your sitting bone where it is as you rotate your rib cage around, to reach your hand through the gap, and then reach your breastbone up and back. Twisting your rib cage on a stable pelvis. 2 more like that. Pelvis stays still, opposite sitting bone stays down as you twist. And release from there. Come into all fours but on your forearms with your hands clasped, and we will do a plank. Crawling back with your knees, lowering your hips so you're one long straight line. If that feels easy for you today, you tuck your toes under, you lift your hips. You want to be lifting the whole of the front of your body. I don't know if my t-shirt is bagging down. What you don't want to do is let your pelvis sag down. Your pelvis is up and you're one long straight line. Holding that, reaching out through the crown of your head, breathing. If you need to come in and out of it, you can. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. And take that down. Push yourself back into child's pose. And just take a nice big breath into your ribs.